All right, welcome back. So, here we are. We're sort of covering the final two bosses of the storyline. I don't know how it's going to go, but my intention is to just sort of sit back and do this for a bit. It's not like there's tons of other places I could go. There are other places I could go, but, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that this might be what this is. Nope. Oops, ow. Oh, not dead. How's Tish doing? Tish is in decent shape. Oh, let's finish this. Nope, didn't get there in time. Oh, did I jump too early? Believe it or not, I'm actually trying to learn these moves a little bit. Nope. Because I feel like it shouldn't be entirely dumb luck that... Oh, so now Tish is getting beat up a bit. Shouldn't be dumb luck that we get through round one of this. Again, that's partly why I'm like, yeah, this might be what this is tonight. I was going to try... Let's see what it does. So I'm kind of curious how this is going to go. This could be a slight disaster. The gameplay is always going to be a disaster because it's me showing up here. But I'm doing a couple things in the background on my PC, and I'm kind of curious just how demanding this game is. Doing something in Handbrake while I'm recording in OBS, and I'm playing the game all on one system. I don't do a two-system. So what is this? Did it do anything? I don't know what the range is. Can't tell if I'm getting the range. Yeah, it didn't seem to do anything. Yep, it's... Alright, well, how's Tish doing? Not great. Is that doing anything on this guy? Like, I appreciate what that's trying to do, but it seems like it has no range to it. And again, I might be spoiled by the fact that the Blasphemous Blade is just... I think it's sort of deliberately overpowered. I think that's what was it that I was... Maybe I was talking about this last time or at some point recently, but it's one of those things where, like, it's no secret what the Blasphemous Blade can do, and yet it's... My understanding from things I've heard is that it's never really been nerfed. So, I think, you know, the smoke on the street is, you know, they know exactly what this weapon is, and... I do wish it staggered quicker. I mean, here I am complaining about this completely overpowered weapon. You know, I wish it was more powerful. See if it's got this range on it. Guess so. See if I can kill him before he kills me. Nope. It's close, though. And that was getting better, you know. Oh, I didn't even have the right potion set up to heal. Oh, it counted as dead, but I don't see what the point is since I'm going to be... Yeah. It's interesting that you can't skip those cutscenes. Like the other ones, it just sort of automatically goes. I can't tell if those are slight slowdowns. Oh, a little too early. Okay. This could be a mistake. Too early. By about a mile. Oh, too late that time. Way too late. Nope. Could be worse. Tish is in decent shape. Can I start? Wait, is he not dead? Oh, okay, sorry. Whoops, I thought he was dead. All right, let's skip this and let's see what happens. Yeah, it's not gonna. Oops. Is that going to get it? I'm going to run out of stamina and get killed. Couldn't even see what was happening. Yeah, I confess I don't remember. I remember the one when he goes up really high and there's the rings you want to get away from him, and you want to maybe jump over the rings. I don't even know if I need to jump over the rings where I am, but that one I don't recall. Like there's one where like a whole bunch of like things come right at you, and I remember you're supposed to just run, I guess. What I'm sort of just realizing is like I have a million different buffs that I just never use. Guess I was a hair too early. That was definitely a hair too late. What's interesting is, yeah, I'm starting to notice some slowdown. I don't know why it wasn't happening early. Okay, Tish could be in better shape, but I don't know if that counted the weapon change. No, it did not. Yeah, that was it. That was crap. All right, so let me see. Through the power of editing, I'm going to let this be fixed in post. All right, hopefully the slowdown will be done. Let's give this another shot. I mean, again, like I said, this is sort of what I'm, you know, it's not like I'm getting close, but I feel like I'm not a million miles away. I'm not going to use that. So let's see if there's any other affinity damage. Lightning resistance, maybe that's useful? I have no idea. You know what? I'm just curious. What does that one do? So let's get that sword going again. Oops, just went right by it. There we go. And let's see what happens. I'm just curious if it even makes a difference. Yeah, I meant to try that against... Maybe I meant to try that against Melania. Did it even do anything? Nope. Nope, this could be bad. Yeah. I didn't see what that shadow bait did. I couldn't tell if it was sort of floating around in the periphery or if that was the ghost of another player fighting the same battle. I have no idea what that did. Okay, so that wasn't terribly interesting. Let's try... Did I choose... No, I didn't. Okay, so let's try a different one. I probably could get rid of half of these incantations. I'm not going to use them. Mixed Physic. So now would the flames be considered holy attacks because it uses faith? Oh, nice. I remember I did get that. All right. I guess I don't. I honestly, I don't even remember how. I don't need to cleanse me because I'm not going to get rot or anything like that. So let's remove that one. No. Okay. I was curious if that would heal like your summons. Okay. Let's see how much I can get off before I get my butt kicked. So it did help my summon, so that's good. It's not gonna stop me from getting punched. Or worked like an anvil by his lightning hammer. That was awful, but it's nice to see that it did protect him. I guess I could just cast it again at some point, right? I'm also under the... I'm assuming that is lightning damage. Alright. Was it a bit clumsy? Yeah, but... Could I pull it off and have it be viable? Maybe? Was I out of range? Nope, too early. Hmm. Well, it seems like trying to pull all of that off at once in the beginning is a bit much to ask. Maybe... I mean, the short answer... So the short answer is I do it out here. The long answer is I was trying to see if there's a way to protect Tish a little better. Again, but it's also one of the reason why I never mess with this stuff too much is because it always feels like too early, but oh, didn't matter. I was about to say I got a second roll in, but nope, I didn't need to do that. Did that not do damage to him? All right, sort of weak sauce on Tish. You know. Oop, I should have been switching weapons. All right. Because when you start here, you just want to get in there and start hitting him. Is that going after Tish, though? I'm always nervous, like when I'm... Oh, I see. So the circle just forms wherever you are. It's not like it's radiating from around him. Can't tell what's going on, so I don't know if it's going to be bad. So this one, what am I doing with that one? I don't know what's happening. There we go. I fucking don't even know where he is. What a shit show. Apologies for the coarse language there. I don't even know if people care about that. I don't mark this for kids, so. Yeah, so obviously, like, I was completely confused, turned around, had no situational awareness. It was just a total mess. See, this one, I feel like I can't stay close to him to make it worth it. Oops. Too early? Nope. That was too early. Although, not sure if the weapon made any difference in that case. I wonder if you could parry Radagon. Do I even have the Wondrous Physic on my, Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Alright, there's that. And then there's rune arcs, I think, which can be used for something, but I don't know what things I have equipped, if anything. I probably should look at the rune arcs. And again, I'm skeptical, not hesitant. But then with that, you know, does it really make any difference? It's one of those, it can't hurt the other way, right? Too early. Too early again. Okay. Let me just double check. I don't know how to equip Great Runes. Raises all attributes. Okay. I feel like I should have more, but maybe I just didn't go to enough towers. So here's the reason why I tend not to use it. Because I tend to die in 2 minutes anyway, so it takes me longer to buff than it does to go get killed. Nope. Nope. Oh, come on. What was it, too early or just not far enough away? too early. Luckily, I was far enough away. Okay. Oops. Equipment. Toon. Nope. So I don't know if it's a good idea to lock on. I'm trying it this time because last time I was getting... Nope. 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 So again, I don't know what to do with that one. Did you just walk into that one and die? Cheers, Elden Beast. Yeah, maybe all those buffs work. What do I know? And there you go. Now the question is the ending. So I think there's the Fractured Marika. Did I not earn Ronnie when did I lose it when I did the frenzy? Three levels. Or can I summon with this blue?
The battle is over, I see.
Wonder if I could have summoned anyone else. I wasn't really paying attention to the summon signs.
I do solemnly swear. to every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars. 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond. Into fear, doubt, and loneliness, as the path stretcheth into darkness. Well then, shall we? My fair consort eternal.
That is a hell of a video game. Absolutely a hell of a video game. Definitely not. Yeah, I mean, is it derivative of past Souls games? Yes, in the best way. I really feel like this is and I say this in a disappointing way, like I've got 0 of those. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't make an Elden Ring 2. I mean, it would in a way because this thing sold like gangbusters. But, or if this was like the feather in the cap of the Soul series, like taking everything that Souls ever did and doing it in some ways the best way possible. I need to head over here. Oh, okay. Let me, I need more money. And I actually don't know if I have enough. I have barely enough. Okay. Oh, right, because I beat. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't want to spend money on that yet. All right, now I can show you. What does that thing scale with? Yeah, good enough. So this is what, you know, when you need some quick cash, you can now farm in the easiest way possible, and just because I need some money to up this to plus 10. There we go. Now you can imagine at plus 10, this thing just basically one-shots everything. At plus 1, it gets you in a lot of trouble. All right. Nope. Hopefully that's enough to get it up to plus 10. So it's, well, I guess, did I become Elden Lord if I didn't ascend?
I see. You're here.
You notice anything different about me? No? Okay. Okay, now let's see. How this works as a farming weapon. Now that it's plus 10. There you go. And then you do this. And you just do it over and over and over. I think I had another sword I could buy, so let me go do that. So now the question is, what's a good way to defeat Mog? It's probably stupid because, I mean, I'm never going to use these other swords, so there's like a small chance that I might use the other stuff, if that makes sense. That's that. How did I... Trying to figure out how I got to that underground area with like the big tree roots. Oh, okay. I have no idea. Probably don't need that. Actually, do I need that? That's a good question. And if I switch to this sword, then I'm... Then I can heal and get FP back every time I kill something. So that's basically what I was... Fantastic. That's what I was trying to figure out. I remember thinking this was kind of a cool enough area. this work? I guess so. Thought I'd pop it though. Well, that was underwhelming. Here we go. Can I get a bunch of them? Nope, just hitting every wrong button. I wonder what that is. How many golden seeds? 3. I would need 2 more. I guess, again, if I could remember where those 3... Oh, interesting. What do you need? Faith of 50. All right, I've got that. Now here's the thing. Usually I would be all like, I gotta find everything, but at this point, I guess if I were collecting talismans or spells, maybe, but the rest, you know, I'm sort of... Oh, interesting. I can summon here. I wonder why. The rest, I don't know. It's not terribly interesting. So now something I have a problem with is like, oh, what I'll do is I'll beat the game, and then there's 2 areas I haven't done, and yada, yada, yada. And then what ends up happening is that I've already done those areas in my PlayStation 5 game. And this happens to me in a lot of games. Like, I'm always grateful that you can go back and not have to, like, New Game Plus or just have the game end. You can go mop things up, you can do other things. But I lose a lot of motivation. Oh, I'm so close to one-shotting those things. I guess if I overhand it, yeah, I can one-shot him. Kind of half expected, I don't know what I half expected. Something big to jump out and go to town. Like one of the Erd Tree guys. At some point, I need to look up where those 2 or 3 sandworms all in a row are. Well, that's interesting. Or was that just a fluke? So now I've got an interesting dilemma. Like, is the bubble blower still the dragon killer when you have the endgame sword maxed out that can launch holy whatever? Let's see if she can tell my fortune. You may or may not become the Elden Lord.
Lord Godwin, such cruelty, such humiliation. Oh, my poor sweet lordling should have died a true death. As the first of the demigods to die, as a martyr to destined death. But why must it yet bring such disgrace? A scion of the golden bough, sentenced to live in death. How could such a thing come to be? A scion of the
Oh well, sorry about that. Okay. You know what? Okay. Curious, what do I need to get a level these days? 150? Okay. Is there some correlation with like level 148, so the first 3 numbers are 148? Is that always sort of a thing? So I remember there being... Oh, you know what? I feel like there's a thing up here that... I feel like you can get poisoned or some kind of status effect. So let me do 2 things. Let me get that new Elden laser beams spell, and let's get the cleanse one. This one, yeah, let's get rid of. And let's add... You know, that seems like it's going to be a 2 slaughter. So here, let's get that. And then let's memorize spell. Let's lose this one. And let's try that just to, just see what it does. I remember a lot of things like pop out of the ground or something within the city. I just don't remember if it was hard or not. So yeah, so what is it, that I'm looking for? Oh, those things. Yes, that would have been a pain in the butt. Because I don't think I have the intelligence to cast the cleansing of the Death Blight. Oh, nice. Okay. Nope. Something blown. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the things I'd want to collect, and this is what I did on the PlayStation 5, like I've said before, I just start Googling stuff and I look up every talisman and as many spells I can get, and incantations. Those are the things I'm looking for. Can you get in that? I mean, it's always like waterfall, coffin. Yeah, there's. There's one other thing here. Yeah, talismans, spells, ancient somber dragon, smithing stone things. That's about it. And it's just a matter of like just Googling it and running around the map. Maybe knocking down those the walking shrines and duplicating a bunch of stuff that I can still do. Maybe try for Radagon's bow as just like a handy range backup, maybe. I honestly, there's very little that I remember about this section. I remember the dragon, and that's basically it. I remember some of the routes with the ants. I barely remember anything else. I feel like I've been here. Is this how I got here the first? No, this can't be how I got here the first time. But I've been here. But how did I get here the first time? Because, yeah, this bonfire is not showing you, like, hey, this is new. So, All right. As you can see, yeah, I clearly have very little memory of what's here. So, okay. So what else can we do? I know eventually you can make your way up the roots. There's like some caves and a ledge or something, or a couple of ledges in one main cave, but... what's in there? Feels like there's... Did I miss the first? It's weird how wildly mashing the pick up the item button didn't work. Okay. Oh, that thing was in the capital. Okay. They're sort of stuck in place, but... My fear is that these things can come in. Okay. That kind of stuff might be something I would collect as well, but the reality is that I just sort of have a couple of go-tos, as you can see from a lot of this playthrough. So I don't necessarily need, like, oh, I'm going to experiment with 35 different Ashes of War. Oh, there's one of those out here. Okay, this is a different one. Okay. I feel like there's something that's going to summon in or something. So I was watching some videos. There's a guy EposVox that does a lot of like streaming stuff. And he put out a video recently. I'll see if I can remember to link to it in the notes. That's all about how to do like streaming audio, which on some level it never occurred to me to do because I'm not streaming per se, but it was interesting because, even though I'm recording, it was setting up basically like a vocal chain in OBS. That could probably be just as easily just used on a recording as much as a stream. And the thing that I thought was interesting was how he was setting up audio ducking through OBS. And so maybe like, oh yeah, that would solve the way, probably, my game audio might be too low because I'm mixing the whole thing for when I talk because I don't want it to go up and down and up and down. But the auto ducking, what he described made it sound like, you could make it pretty smooth. But the thing that makes me nervous about that is then your levels are tweaked in a way you can't undo. But at the same time, I would never go through this audio and duck it in post. So and then there are other times where I when I listen back, I'm like, well, you can still hear the audio. It's not like you can't hear the game audio. And it doesn't matter if it's like blasting when I don't talk and then being appropriately quiet when I do. I wasn't sure, but it was interesting. Let me see what this does. Is he doing like death damage to me? Oh, that's interesting. It didn't seem to do a ton of damage, but seems to really be harassing him. Oh. Anyway, but it was an interesting thing. Like, he was putting a whole thing together where you boost, you're recording, you're not recording super low, you record low, then you boost the gain digitally so that it protects against clipping. Not that I ever get loud. I lose my voice pretty easily as is, so I feel like I don't want to start like yelling and screaming. I'm just not a loud speaker. But I could see how is this like a skull leg or is it not? But yeah, it was just an interesting idea where you record it low, you boost it a lot, you compress it, then there's two other steps, but the idea is that you record low, you boost it up there, you put compression on it so you're not peaking, and then eventually you just put like a limiter on it so it never goes above -2 or whatever. And then you don't have to worry about peaking ever. And if you get loud, you might quote unquote peak digitally, but because you had so much headroom on your audio, on the actual recording. Is this not working? Why is that not doing anything? Huh. Anyway. But it just, made me, think like, would that be a good setup? Because again, it's not like I care that much either way. It'd be mostly just to learn like, oh, here, yeah, I set it up and that's how it worked. But it was interesting, like, and then it made me wonder, could you... This is the part I haven't been able to figure out yet, and I would have to Google it. Like, can you set up this audio chain through OBS, start a, virtual webcam, and then send that webcam to... I mean, not that I use Zoom very much, but you know what I mean? Like, to something else. In my case, it would either be like StreamYard, Discord. And would that work as like quote unquote DSP without having to buy a boatload of equipment? Now, I kind of already have a bit of a boatload of equipment, so it doesn't really matter. But it just got me thinking, like, how the possibilities could work. And maybe, I don't know if people have tried that kind of stuff. And in the end, like, part of me thinks like that might just be not too complicated to do, but it would be more than I would need. And it wouldn't be that useful to go that bananas. It's just as simple as getting on here. Oh. That's interesting. Okay. Because I was talking, again, I said this many times, like I was talking to Matt today, with the Black Lot Trivia Night stuff, we, have some behind the scenes discussions, and we were talking about stuff, and I was posting some of these OBS audio things just to make sure I don't lose them. There's a place where we can keep track of stuff. And, can I do this? Oh, okay. No? Oh. And I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, and, going over some of this stuff. And, I was talking about how there's like, I've never found a unicorn device. There's a device out there I wish existed that did exactly what I wanted. And, okay, let me see what we got here. Okay, now I think that means... I'm hoping that means I can get his bow. And this one is spent. I've had 2 setups come close. I don't know if maybe I've talked about this before. This, I don't know, it's like episode, like session 99 or something. It's getting kind of stupid at this point. There's a part of me that kind of hoped I sort of won it all on episode 100. Not that it matters, but... I think I just missed it, if my count is anything close to correct. But, yeah, right now, I know I mentioned I got the Rodecaster Pro 2. And it came down, the 2 devices recently I've used that I had the most success with was, the Rode Procaster 2 and the Lewitt Connect 6. Now, the Lewitt Connect 6, there's a couple things it was missing. It was missing virtual audio channels, and it was missing a physical mute button. Which seems like, maybe not the most important thing in the world, but when I'm recording these things, sometimes people are walking in and out. People are, there's a lot of distractions, and I try and mute as much as possible so that I don't have to go clean it up. Because I don't, if I can clean it up, I don't want you to sit there and have to listen to footsteps on stairs or two people having a conversation behind me. That's sometimes, like, every once in a while, like, I think one of the most recent sessions, like, hey, apologies for going a little radio sound. The reason why is because, somebody started talking, and I wasn't going to be like, I'm recording, Ma, like, come on, Ma, my YouTube shit, because it's not that important. So, so what I was trying to do was I paired the Lewis Control 6 with the Elgato Stream Deck Plus, whatever the newest one was. Oh, interesting. That lets you take advantage of Elgato's audio software, which is actually, I confess, I really like it as far as that stuff goes. It's not true DSP because it's using your CPU to do it, but honestly, I feel like with today's CPUs, they got to be able to handle doing some audio processing in real time and something else, right? So the Lua Connect 6, what it did, again, it had no physical mute button. And it had, no virtual channels. Oh, interesting. The virtual channels I was able to get around with the Elgato, the thing I was just talking about. But I was never able to quite figure out a physical mute button. I mean, they make XLR physical mute buttons. But I was looking for something. I have one, and it's sort of like your typical one, I think. Like it's the same color blue as the Cloud Lifter. I think it's like a classic studio XLR mute. What it really does is it dips your audio negative 60 dB, I think. So it's not truly a mute, but it drops it so low that who cares? And the problem is, I don't know if it's just mine, but the button is not silent. It feels like for a mute button, you'd want that button press to be completely quiet. And I feel like it could get picked up on my recordings. So there was that. And you can program like the buttons on the Stream Deck Plus to do stuff, but I never got it to, because in theory you can, my expectations or my understanding is that I could make it, assign like a mix channel from the Lewis Connect 6 to the Stream Deck knob or something. So when I press the Stream Deck knob, it, mutes. I don't know. I thought there was going to be some possibility like that. And I could just never get it to work. So I could like mute it in Discord, which is, pretty close. Maybe I could have muted it here and... Whoa. Maybe I could have muted it here too. Maybe that would have been enough. But, and then as like a bonus, I like physical sliders, so no physical sliders. But I wasn't going to make that a deal breaker. But what the Lewis Connect 6 did was, it's the only device I've used where it had two USB-C plugs to connect to stuff, where the auxiliary USB-C plug would let me connect to my PlayStation 5. And the USB-C there is meant to like connect like a phone, a USB-C phone, but it works perfectly with the PlayStation 5. I was able to get audio going both ways with it. So the reason why that's interesting is because then you can use your XLR microphone with the DSP that you like for PlayStation 5 chats, or if you wanted to record your streams through the PlayStation Network and not use OBS, you could get great audio, obviously. I could use my SM7B on the PlayStation. I did find, like, the DSP is powerful and pretty intuitive, but I could never get a sound I was genuinely content with for the SM7B. And I don't know why. I could just never get... And it frustrated me to no end. The RE20 I got to sound something I was happy with. So that tended to be my go-to on that. I don't know when I got the Lewitt Connect 440. Not the Lewitt Connect, the Lewitt 440 CT or whatever. Anyway, so that was the Lewitt Connect 6. That was one device that came close. And then the second device that's come close is what I'm using now, the Rodecaster Pro 2. It's got the mute button. It's got the physical sliders. It's got 2 USB-C plugs. But at the moment, it doesn't work with the PlayStation 5. Like, it can work briefly, but then it starts to freak out. I'm wondering if I got enough here. This might be too much. So what I end up doing with this is I have both USB plugs going into my main PC. One of them records my my main computer audio, and then the other, at the moment, I have record. I assign my browser so that when I'm capturing Black Lodge Trivia Night stuff, I can get browser audio on a separate channel. See how this goes. But there's no virtual channels, and sometimes I'm like, well, crap. Like, I could hook up my Stream Deck Plus again, but then what's the point of the faders? I'm going to be using dials, and, it just turns into a mess. I think this fight's sort of twofold. I don't know. Like, there used to be a woman... I thought the hug lady was here somewhere. And I'm not sure how this is going to work now that I'm where I'm at. Oh, okay. Is there more? Sorcerer Roger, is that a name I've heard before? Oh, can I summon? What am I doing? Then can I summon for the dragon? That was ridiculous. I should have just been summoning. I would love to be able to assign virtual channels, and I don't know if that's ever something they're going to build into the Rodecaster with like a firmware update. So, I could assign, because what I want is I want to be able to assign faders to virtual channels. That would be the dream. You can sort of do that with a Stream Deck Pro by, you assign it to the dials, and it works really well. I gotta say, it works really well for what it is. Combined with the Elgato audio software, it's really good. But yeah, now I've got the mute, I've got the physical sliders. I sort of have 2 channels of audio on my computer I can control. But that's, I wish it were... I wish it were set up the way the Stream Deck is, where it's just a ton. You know, you can get them all going however you want. Oh, I guess I should collect this. So yeah, I lose my PlayStation hookup for my mic, but I have a Rode Pod Mic USB, which I think sounds really good for what it is. It's not like crazy different than the SM7B-ish. Oh. I'm not going to let you get away with that, but... The other thing, with the Rode is that I gotta say, like, it comes with like presets for a lot of different mics, and it worked way better than I expected with the SM7B and the PodMic USB. I tried like dialing them in myself, and then I just tried it on the default one. I'm like, you know what, this default this is what you're listening to basically now. Maybe I tweaked it a little bit, but yeah, I was just like, this is fine. So let's see what's going on here. This is, I think, the hug lady. Now, from the roundtable hold, she's gone.
I knew you would come. What is it you intend? To deny us and our ways, like the dogmatic brutes of the Golden Order? You are an odd one. I am the guardian of those who live in death. They call me a foul and rotten witch. Yet you still wish to be held by me?
So the other time death is getting mentioned is when we dealt with Farum Azula, traveling back in time, the first Elden Lord, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. Is there a connection? Is that the death that she is?
Have you ever seen a Hallowbrand? When the first of the demigods died, his flesh was marked with the half-wheel wound of the centipede. Godwyn's Hallowbrand has since been recovered at the Round Table Hold, but there is another Hallowbrand out there somewhere, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord.
Wonder if it's an alternate ending?
When Godwyn died, a Hallow but another exists, and I must, before the time my hands will be done. Will you still let me hold you? This is the other Hallowbrand. How did you... Oh, my utmost thanks. With this, Godwyn can take his rightful place as first of the dead and claim a second, illustrious life. You are our true champion. And though I can't be of any use to you, can I hold you tight? If only for a moment. I will soon lay with Godwyn, and it will surely stir within me the new life of the Golden Prince, and first dead of the demigods, as the rune of those who live in death. Please, do one thing for me. Brandish this child, my rune, and take for yourself the throne. Stay the persecution of those who live in death by becoming our Elden Lord.
I'm curious what that ending is. I wasn't aware of that one.
I will soon
I knew the crazy one. I knew the moon.
brandish my rune.
And I know there's like the classic, you just... So then, yeah, going back, let me rest here just to... So the perfect device would be the Rodecaster Pro 2 that could interface with a PlayStation 5 on the second USB-C, and that had virtual audio channels. You put those things together. So how can it be? Apologies, this is a long wind up for...
This is goodbye, but I am satisfied.
Oh, okay,
I
maybe.
choose to lie with Godwin, and I will inherit your... What greater blessing could there be?
Hmm. So I'll be curious over time, because somebody else just put out a really fancy Mackie. Somebody just put a really fancy mixer out there, but it's only got one USB interface.
This is goodbye, but I am satisfied.
Is there anything else to this?
I choose to lie with Godwin of my own will, not the remains of one chosen for me, and I will bear a child who will inherit your warmth too. What greater blessing could there be but to be born a deathbed companion?
It's possible that I actually might not be able to activate it because I'm doing this in the wrong order. Because the tree's already burning, I might not be able to do it. Supposedly, what I was just checking on is that people got it to activate by beating those 3 guys. And I don't know if then they talked to her or didn't talk to her. Can I not? No, I guess not. Well, that's disappointing. Because it was a dragon fight, go... I'm just going to blow some bubbles. That's why I was kind of curious. I was curious how the bubble would do against the dragon. Anyway, I've heard some... But, this is the kind of thing you see on Reddit or whatever that, like, oh, yeah, Rode is working on making that USB-C connect with PlayStation 5s. But I'm not really counting on it. I'm assuming she's going to be gone. So I think the thing we gave her we got somehow from Ronnie's quest line. And I don't know if at some point it was supposed to be a choice. Or maybe we got it by finishing Ronnie's quest line and then you hand it to her for some reason. I have no idea. Oh. All right, well, let's see if I can switch to the bubbles. Nope, down. That's not surprising. That was too long of a wind-up trying to figure out what I'm doing. I thought the teleporter is what you needed to... Oh, crap. To get to the dragon, but I guess the dragon comes first, and then... Anyway, yeah, so like Mackie put out a mixture that's really good. It seems to be getting good reviews, but it's huge, so it might have too big of a footprint for my desk with a screen. And yeah, it only has... Oops. It only has one USB interface, so... Sort of a non-starter in that sense. I don't even know what's going on here. I wonder if this is supposed to be like a hard one. If you know what I mean. Like, you know, the Ponta whatever in Farum Azula, I think is supposed to be the hardest. I don't know where this one's supposed to rank. Can I get on my horse? Oh, that's another problem. Well, I can't do bubbles and get on my horse, so I guess that's... It's interesting. He drops like that death magic. Literally blowing sunshine up its ass. Okay. Okay. So I wasn't able to collect my souls. Which is, you know, who cares? Because, again, we can go farm 90,000 souls in 40 seconds. Leave. Oh, they're over there. Okay. All right. Honestly, I think for all intents and purposes, this clears this area. I feel like I'm sure maybe I'm missing something, but I duplicated a remembrance. I, killed the dragon. Picked up some stuff. So let's... There might be more on the way in that I missed with all the caves, but there's, like I said, if I Googled it, I'm like, oh crap, there's something there. But just to like hunt and peck every single nook, I'm not terribly interested in that. Let me see what the remembrance gets us. Yeah, let's get that great bow, and then let's see what this is. I can't tell. Like, I don't have like a ton of success with this, but at the same time, I like the idea that it's death lightning. I could picture that being painted on the side of a van for like a local touring metal band, and I like that. Is there any reason to use her armor? It seems immunity's pretty high, I guess. I guess it looks cool. I have no idea. Again, immunity's really high. Malekith's armor is pretty cool. Oh, that's even higher immunity though, right? 38, no, 35, but the robustness, everything else is really, it's a lot heavier though, but it looks cool. 15 grand. Yeah, but his helmet looks well. And he has gloves, right? Let's take a look. I mean, again, it's all about the fashion soles. Weight's a little heavier. I have a feeling it's going to put me over. It's stupid, but I don't love the helmet. That doesn't match. Not that any of this matters, right? It's all fashion soles, but that looks ridiculous. That doesn't look... I mean, you could almost see that going together, but... I forgot, yeah, there's a simple view. It seems like you need something dark, right? So, we'll see how this goes. I mean, not that it matters. I wonder if I can take off this amulet, though. Okay, so let's see. We still have some money. I don't know if I have... Just rounding around like a moron. If I have the Somber Stones needed to buff up Radagon's bow. Okay, now that I actually have my bearings. Let me go see what my Somber Stone situation is. I feel like I'm short an 8 and a 9 at a minimum. Got none of those. None of those. Oh, don't have enough money. None of those. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Well, in time, I will get that up, I guess. Oh, I've got 2 of those already. Yeah, good enough, whatever. Okay, so the only other place I haven't been is here. Let me see how long have I been going. It's been a bit of a long session, but why not? So a couple things we need. I need a bow. And that's okay, because I'm just going to take it off in a sec. Now, the reason why I want to pop this thing because if I get lucky, I'm going to be heading down there, and I don't want to deal with this bird. So, next we want to switch this to... not that one. Am I not able to do this one? What did I change that? Or did I never have the stats, but it still lets me do the... Yeah, no. How did that... I confess I don't know what I changed. That would not let me use it. Does this let me use it? Now this area can be deceptively hard. I think there's a lot of things that can come at you. Like this is probably a total ambush. You can see their heads. That's worth getting. Now, interestingly, if and when I eventually get to the Mog guy, the Mog Palace, it's kind of wondering like what build do you go with. My understanding is that Mog, ironically, is weak to bleed. So do you just Rivers of Blood it? It's probably weak to magic, so maybe ranged. Because, man, that... Oh, did I... Because you definitely don't want to get too close to the guy. It's hard to say. I just don't know what the right... Dying to know why I could use this a little while ago. Does this armor affect my... Crazy range on this. Again, I don't mind that this is just like a wipe them all out kind of sword because you do get it for quote unquote winning the game. So it feels less egregious than the other one. I love that move. So what does this sword need? It needs dex. What else does it need? It scales with strength, much higher dex, faith. And then what's my 43 dex 25? Like I wonder if it'd be worth, because I think I have a bunch of tiers. I wonder if it's kind of worth like going for a slightly more quality build, just so I can go back and forth with no issues. Oh, Swarm of Flies. I think that's a good one to use against Mog because it does like sort of bleed, I think, but see if it's got the range to take out everything on the side of the tree. Well, yeah. Can I hit this side of the tree? That didn't seem to do anything. Okay. Now they'll let you summon to get through this part, but the next part actually gets a lot harder. And I think if you did summon, it would disappear. What do we got going on? Yeah, you can't really seem to tank those spiked rolls. So I don't know if that's the bird I could have got to fall off a cliff. But I think there's a second one. If that is the bird I could have gotten to fall off a cliff, then I should have done it, because this is a pain in the ass. Oh, that's... Whoop. Oh, that's the swarm of flies. I wonder if it's possible to run back up to the top and shoot him again. All right, this is going to be a nightmare, but let's see what happens. Okay, well, I think this might be a good place to stop for tonight. Let's come back. We'll give this another shot, see if we can clear this area. And thanks again, and hope everybody's good, and take care. Bye-bye.